I would now request Dr. Neeraj Kumar, cardiologist, to come on stage and speak to us about cardiology, risk prevention and pollution. Please welcome on stage Dr. Neeraj Kumar.
Thank you very much, Primetime Media, to call for this award function. And respected dignitaries, I am an interventional cardiologist at Max Hospital, Gurgaon. While practicing interventional cardiology for last 20 years, what I realize that we are just seeing and dealing with the tip of the iceberg. And the entire iceberg, which a doctor's dream is that sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukh bhag bhagvet. That dream remains there while touching the lives of the people in cardiology, which was my dream to pursue because I lost my father with a heart attack. What I realized is on one side, there is heart attack or acute myocardial infarction, which is probably the most dreaded disease, which can be treated if in time, is largely curative, which saves life truly, provided that required awareness is there and the people respond in time, the person can be back on the life in true sense. As the time passes by, the quantity, that means the length of the life, and the quality of life, both can be compromised. On the other side, in cardiology, there is hypertension. Hypertension is almost a silent killer. The people don't even understand that what is happening to them. They just don't feel too good many a times. Sometimes they feel some chest heaviness, some shortness of breath, or some heaviness in head. But many people don't even perceive that they have very high BP. And this end, probably in our urban area in Delhi NCR, one of the 4 people, means 25% of people are harboring hypertension, which are between 18 years to 80 years of age. That is a huge number. They fail to know that they have high BP. Even if they have it, since they don't have much symptoms, they don't bother for it. As a medical fraternity, whenever there is a patient and doctor's meeting, in whatever faculty, in whatever reason, a BP should always be checked to make them aware that they have high BP. And this is the simplest possible diagnosis in the entire spectrum of disease. The hypertension being the silent killer, but probably this disease involves the maximum number of people. I wish through this platform that people should know that all the persons, whether in the urban area, in the rural area, they should know their BP. And at least, even if their BP is normal, at least at 6 month or 1 year intervals, they should definitely check their BP again. If the BP is high, it should be treated. The regions can be seen by a doctor, but it should be treated. Now, while we treat the hypertension, many a times we write some medication, the patient goes away, and he continues taking that medicine for few months to few years, thinking that his hypertension will be okay. But unless and until he checks his BP again and again and knows, he has to confirm that his BP is under control. If it is not, he should see the doctor again. This is also a very common mistake which many other people do. So hypertension has huge disease burden which causes atherosclerosis leading to angina and heart attack, which causes a stroke, which causes renal dysfunction, which causes blindness. So many life-threatening disease caused by a simple hypertension which can be diagnosed very easily and which can be treated very easily. The other spectrum is heart attack or coronary artery disease. The coronary artery disease has several known risk factors and several unknown risk factors. The known risk factors which we know from time is high BP, diabetes, high cholesterol, not so proper diet, leading to dyslipidemia, stress, and pollution. Now, how the pollution affects? So, pollution can be water pollution, not a good water. Nowadays, there are a lot of hue and cry about the RO water. Can that cause many health problems, including cardiac issues? The food adulterations and genetically modified crops, probably they have caused havoc in the atherosclerotic disease and many other diseases, including the metabolic syndromes. Third is air pollution. The air pollution which we have recently faced in Delhi NCR and still we are suffering. The causes can be discussed by several organizations, government, and several people who are authority in that. But how it impacts our health and in particular heart health. When we talk about the PM 2.5 particles, whenever we inhale and those small, very small particles go inside our exchange system of air and blood, so it penetrates that barrier and it goes in, and that is highly inflammatory. That releases the inflammatory cytokines and that causes inflammation in the arteries. If the arteries get inflammation, then there are plaques or cholesterol deposits, we can say, and those plaques get ruptured sometimes because of this inflammation. And that causes precipitation of the heart attack. So these are the risk factors which we should know, we should be aware. Over and above, what we see in the long run, as one of my dear colleague was also telling about the lifestyle modification, that how our diet should be, how much we should exercise regularly, how much stress we should take, and should we take a stress? Is the stress a word which is given to us by someone, or we are willing to take that stress on us? So there comes the role of thought pollution and emotional pollution. Have we allowed to pollute ourselves like we have allowed the water pollution, the food pollution, the air pollution? Have we allowed the thought and emotional pollution? So if we look into us by the Indian traditions like the yogasanas, meditations, pranayam, probably we can understand a lot about this thought pollution and emotional pollution. While the interventional cardiology can treat you, the person who gets a heart attack, the interventional cardiologist can put you back on the track. But whether you will get the heart attack again, it is not in his capacity to prevent that. To prevent that, you need some medication, you need lifestyle modification, and plus you need meditation. So if we remember these 3M in time, the heart attack problem can be solved. So as we talk about the cardiology and cardiovascular disease today, over 60 million people have been affected in India, and over 3 million people die every year with these cardiovascular problems. So the contributions may be in the lifestyle, the contributions may be a risk factor, the contributions may be our pollutions of different kinds. But what we should do about this is the most important and one track which I will request from this platform to our media people is awareness, awareness, and awareness. Probably that will lead us to the path which will show us enough light to solve these problems as and when they come. Thank you very much.
Number of doctors here have pointed out how pollution is leading to a lot of problems and healthcare issues that we are facing. We heard Dr. Pratinidhi also talk about the impact of pollution on some of the ear, nose, throat infections. We had a cardiologist also talking about the impact of pollution. So I would request the eminent doctors gathered here to please tell us on how we can protect ourselves from from pollution. Because, we are wearing masks. I believe there is no study to show that masks are effective what can we do so that we are, protected from pollution? Anyone here who would like to elaborate on that, on how we can, protect ourselves from pollution? Would request the cardiologist who spoke about pollution to please come on stage and tell us, what we can do about pollution. Uh, is it better to remain indoors because, we don't open our doors, and, the VOCs inside are perhaps as detrimental to our health? What can we do? And, if we are affected by pollution, is there any restorative medicine to reverse the impact?
That's a very genuine question, that if there are problems, there must be some solution. And I think collectively we all are thinking. Recently, I have participated in one of a public gathering where citizens of Gurgaon came out in a very polluted day, and they asked media, they asked government, they asked all NGOs that we are here sitting in Delhi NCR, where best of everything is there available. And if we don't have enough air to breathe, that the entire theme was that saans to lene do. So if we can't breathe good air, if we can't breathe a healthy air, then what anything other means actually? And we hear and we read in newspapers every day that most of the corporates, they are facing problems, that their employees want a transfer to some other city, or they wish to even quit the job and go to other city. So the question is very difficult, that who is responsible and what should be done, despite this odd and even, despite stopping all the constructions, despite trying to increase the metro lines and buses, the pollution is increasing. So probably I am not the best person to answer from where this pollution is coming. But one thing is for sure, that less the greenery, more the pollution. We have to increase the green belts around us. If we have houses, it should be around houses. We are in society, it should be full of greeneries in the society. The walls should be, there are possibilities of made a lot of green walls, putting a lot of small plants on vertical gardens. All the entire city, everybody has to think. It cannot be only government's desire or duty to make it green and clean. We all have to contribute to it. As far as when there is increased pollution, what should be done? Particularly, we should be careful about the kids, the elderly people, the people who have respiratory illness like asthma and any other respiratory illness, the people who have heart failure, whose hearts are weak. So these are the very common things we should do. About using the mask in a day of pollution, particularly N95 or N99 masks, which prevent the PM 2.5 particles at least to enter your lungs. They are definitely useful. About the air purifiers or air cleaners, if they are well serviced and they are utilized in almost a closed atmosphere, they are definitely helpful. Since we have to come out and work, we have to do our best, whatever we have. And in a cleaner day, obviously, we should continue with our exercise, we should continue with our yoga and pranayam. In the people who want to do pranayam particularly, there are a lot of jokes on the WhatsApp running around, that if you tell someone to do pranayam, you may be sued in the court, because it may be deadly to you. But if you are using masks, if you are using air purifiers, you can continue with your practices if you are doing that. There are no medication as such to prevent from pollution. So these precautions may help till we learn the basics, that the concrete and this blind development of urban areas and blind misutilization of the science is not good. We have to look back to nature, and we have to utilize this science and the luxuries sparingly. more responsibly, thinking ourselves as the nature citizen, not only citizen of a country or a city. Thank you very much.
Doctor, the question I have, is there any restaurant?
See, there are mostly what these are causing is they are exacerbating diseases or these are creating more complications. As I say about heart, they can increase the BP, they can lead to the fluctuations in the high BP. They can precipitate a heart failure symptoms when a patient has low heart function. They can precipitate a heart attack if a person is already predisposed to that. So pollutions in itself causing a disease is not very common. Mostly they exacerbate the cardiopulmonary diseases and all obviously to the exposed organs like eye and ENT problems can come up. Mostly the susceptible people, the kids, elderly, diabetics, the people who have low immunity or who have low cardiopulmonary reserve, they get affected very often. So they have to be more careful. And at the moment, since we cannot solve this issue immediately, so we have to work on preventive approaches. Thank you.
In the category Healthcare Excellence Cardiology of the Year 2019 in NCR, the winner is Dr. Neeraj Kumar. Please welcome on stage Dr. Neeraj Kumar to receive the award category of Healthcare Excellence Cardiology of the Year 2019.
Thank you very much.
So how do you feel receiving this award?
See, any award justifies your hard work and any appreciations make you feel good and it makes you work better. So, since I am in field of healthcare and in cardiology, my real appreciation I see in the eyes of the patients and their family members when a life is saved, when a person recovers from a very sick state. These, you can say, these are icing on that cake.
How was your experience with Prime Time, sir? कैसा रहा आपका?
Leaders from different.
See, they are very diligent in their work and they discuss the things in depth. They try to really know that what you are doing. They have their own sources to understand that what actually your work counts for, what it means for people, what it means for the society. Are you just working mechanically or you are adding your own emotions to this scientific arena?
And I
Thank
know
you so
the
much.
trend
Congratulations.
that you want.